Camera swinging. Hi, everybody, and welcome. Hey, as we're waiting for everyone to find the video, we're going to finish up on our album. I just want to go through really quick and explain a little bit what we're doing. I've prepared a few things for the cover, and so we're going to be working on the cover for sure. I've done some matting. To be honest with you, we already did this, quite straightforward on the matting. And of course, I didn't check my camera again. I don't know why my settings don't stay permanent, but we are going to do some of the high Diane, some of the little bit different matting that I've had some requests to show how when you go to mount the pocket, just to explain it a little bit better. And like I said, very straightforward. So we're not going to go through and map the whole thing. I'm going to do the envelope pocket, since it's a little different, and I want to do that buckle with you. Otherwise, the matting is, like I said, straightforward. We'll do the cover. And while everyone is trying to find us, I want to go through, and I did post a link, and I'm going to put this link in again. I showed some of their merchandise at the Pendant Cafe, and I've received quite a bit new product. Absolutely adore these, and I'm giving a set away. I'm giving this set away after the video. I'll do the drawing, and I'll announce it on Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations. And I'm giving a set of the darling paper clips because they match this new collection that's coming out tomorrow. That will be on the website for sale. And I'm going to show you the 8x8 size really quick. But this is from Stars and Stripes. The quality of Molly and her mother are just excellent. I've shown some of her jewelry. My granddaughters now own the necklaces. They have bracelets. But how cute are these to add to our scrapbooking? So I'm going to be giving this set away. And it will be in a nice little box because she sent me some really nice little box. And I'll pick that winner after from everyone that's watching. Now, if you are in YouTube and you're not watching me on Facebook in Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations, and because I know it says if you're watching from YouTube or Facebook, if you are a YouTube winner, then I will make sure and post it here in the YouTube video in the comments. So those will be given away. You got to see the quality. They're absolutely gorgeous. So tomorrow, Stars and Stripes. This is the 8x8 size. Yeah, it's kind of hot in Utah. Yes, I'm in sleeves, but my basement is cold. Stars and Stripes. Love Stars and Stripes. And as we go through, I want you to see something. The back of our cover sheet is that gorgeous Bristol paper. It's an art paper. So it's 67 pounds. You can actually use this and stamp on it and use it in your project. Very pretty paper. But look on the 8x8s, how small and how adorable. So for cards, your cut-aparts are. Now, these are for the fussy cutter at heart. And if you're not a fussy cutter, I'll tell you what, I've learned to be one. I absolutely love it. Doing stickers or other embellishments means we have to go to China and outside of the United States, and I won't do that. So we are going back to some good old-fashioned fussy cutting. I've been enjoying it. Or if you have your scan and cut, I know there are some really good videos out there. They're going to be much better than what I could even teach. But I know that Jennifer on her design team also is a whiz, not only at Cricut, but she's a whiz at scan and cut. But it's just been a matter of her having time to show us. Hi, Cheryl. But they're darling. So these are perfect for your 4th of July cards. And I won't take up too much time so we can get to the tutorial. But these are the 8x8 cut-aparts. Again, beautiful size for your cards. Backside, those gorgeous stars. Then we have, like I said, the 8x8 is just, I'm loving the 8x8. There's our little lab in the truck. Everything's, of course, very small in size. You do, even on the 8x8 pad, you're going to get 3 sheets. Look at this, 3 sheets. 2 sheets of your cut-aparts and 2 sheets of your tags. Now, we do have a duplicate back on here because this one is the most popular. You do want a little bit of the more plain to work with. see that way when you combine. I can't either. I just love it. I love the feel. I just love the colors. Again, a cute 8x8 layout. Kids outside doing the fireworks. No, this will be in the store in the morning. The 12x12 is finishing printing, and so I don't want to put it on there. You know me, I like to have everything completely in stock before it goes on sale for you, except for when we have to do pre-orders. So again, gorgeous stripes. There's some actual gold. We have some floral. So, you know, this isn't just for the 4th of July. I know I've got flowers in the garden, and for summer, these are going to be perfect prints for that. And here's our God Bless America. Again, it is an 8x8 and 12x12. This is the 8x8 size. I wanted to show you how awesome the 8x8 size is. Mason jars. How cute is this? So we've got the mason jars, the stars, and on the back. So it is ready to be on the website tomorrow. Stars and stripes. Again, look at the darling size of your cut aparts. So perfect for cards. All right. And again, if you're just joining us, I posted her link. I want to post it again. And it is called the Pendant Cafe. You want to visit, I'm getting too warm. You want to visit the Pendant Cafe, where I showed the bracelet and the items they create and make, and support her little Etsy store. I'll tell you, the quality is just amazing. The products they use, there's no, you don't see any adhesive. I mean, it's just beautiful. So I'll be giving this away at the end of the video. How fun is that? Or you can go and purchase. You'll see she's got lots of bracelets. These are the paper clips that are going to be really cute in our projects. And I want to start really working with her, because she has created with our father's retro men's paper. Look at this. But you can't have these. I'm not giving these ones away. I've got to hang on to these ones. I've got more, of course, for giveaways. You're going to see the design. Oh, my goodness. Wilbur's got a package of cookies. I'm sorry. Hold on. Give that to me. Where did you get cookies? You can't have human cookies. Yeah, he just ate a package of human cookies, a small one. It means my granddaughter employees. Anyway, so I'm hoping that, you know, when things calm down a little bit, that we can definitely start having these to coordinate with the collections. Yes, that is why it was changed. You know, in the beginning, the cut aparts were on black. And so there was that switch to white, because it does make it easier. Okay. That will be on the website in the morning. Now, let's go ahead and move on with our album. Excuse me. So, like I said, very straightforward. Very straightforward on your matting. All you need to do is measure and cut an 1/8 shorter, or maybe you want more black showing, so you cut 1/4 of an inch shorter. And I thought, with this just being squares, that's so easy to mat. You just measure and cut. And again, that's that cranberry zing. So I'm not going to do the whole matting with you. And then we already did this one. Again, we'll go ahead and mat these, but I want to do these angles, because I know if you're a beginner, some of these angles can be intimidating. Straightforward. But when the album is completely matted, I'll do a walkthrough. So I do want to go through here with you and show you. I used the Milkman paper, and what I love, it's just, there's so much in this paper that depicts the men in our life. And whether it's your vintage or your, you know, retro papers, or you're wanting to do just something fun for Father's Day. So this was the mat we cut. All your sizes are in video 1 and video 2. You'll find the cutting guide for this album. And then you'll find, you know, because I did do the walkthrough using this paper, and then I also did it with What's Cooking. So it's kind of become my favorite little size of a quick album. For your mat, I just cut my square 4 inches of the white, used the scraps and pieced them on. That way I can have a photo here, left the back plain. So that's your mat. But your pockets, I did the same thing. I double matted. So I took the 2 1/8, and so your pocket is 2 1/4 wide and 4 inches long. So the blue matting, that's the coordinating paper that goes with that, is 2 1/8 by 3 7/8. And then my pattern paper is 2 inches by 3 3/4. So I cut, because if you notice it says Merrill's Dairy on there, and I wanted to make sure that shows. It's going to have my husband's photos in there and some of our kids. And then we put these pockets on top. So I didn't want to put them on until we did that on camera, in case you weren't sure or you never put them on top of the paper. Oh, but let's do a little nice thing is I'm going to use this bottom blue line. And I want to kind of eyeball 1/8 of an inch from each side. Oh my gosh, darn allergies. Went camping this weekend. Total disaster. Wilbur does not camp. Nope, he has to be on a chain. And that boy, we came home early. And he doesn't like being shut up in the camper at night. We found he cries. My dogs have free roam on half acre, basically. They go out a dog door at night into a little special kennel so that we know they're safe, but they don't have to ask to go outside. They don't. And camping was not his thing, being locked up. But lots of stuff in bloom. Hi, Tomalee. So allergies are starting. Okay, so we've got our 1/8 of an inch from each side, and then I'll just line these up. Stripes are great because you can use those as your guide for putting out your papers or putting down your pockets on your paper. Of course, it's terribly, terribly hot here in Utah today, hitting 100 degrees. A little high for us this time of year. I love the colors. Hi, Cheryl. Good morning. Oh, well, I guess it wasn't dry enough, was it? Okay, now I did already do the matting. Like I said, I used the blue that I did the mat on my pockets with. And, oh, I know, allergies are just terrible. So 3 5/8. Oh, but hi, Sandy. 3 5/8 by 3 5/8 by 3 3/8. And I did just leave them with the plain. So the picture has a nice background. Or maybe you just want to write on there. No, RJ, no, it was pitiful. He wouldn't even get up because he had to be chained. He was so miserable. I'm not kidding you. If you had seen this dog, if you had seen Wilbur, it was like manic depressive, and he wouldn't potty. He wouldn't do nothing because he's never been on a chain. It was, hi, Jan. I'm telling you, if I hadn't been there, I wouldn't have believed it. He was miserable. Now, on this Alice, or the Tea in Wonderland, I did use some of the, the cut aparts and fussy cut them because I just used the floral background. So I decided On this one, not to because use anything because I already have some images there. One thing I want to show you that I showed you in the front. So you could even use these cute clips to go in the books. I'm really, like I said, hoping that maybe here in the future we'll be able to work something out. And I did post her link up above that creates these wonderful, wonderful items. And again, I'll have these in the drawing after I'm finished. But how fun is that to add to the books? So that is all there is to adding that pocket and giving you some dimension here. Again, simple, straightforward. Just go ahead and do your cutting because it's squares. We've done this pocket. This is where I used the coordinating blue. But let's go ahead and do this pocket. So if you're not familiar with doing that angle, matting it, then I'll be able to show you. And I chose for this pocket. So we've got the dress and not Dad here. And we've got Dad in the mirror in the suit, or the guy. It doesn't have to be Dad. It could be a brother. It could be an uncle. So we're going to use him. And one thing that you want to do is with the ruler, of course with the ruler, right? I'm going to go ahead and measure. It's 4 inches by 8. So 4 by 8 because you want to measure from this highest point. And I'm going to cut it just normal, which would be 3 7/8 by 7 7/8. Thank you, Jen. Okay. And I'm going to lay it down first because I don't want to cut its head off. But then I can use it down at that end. So I think okay, I got to see what Cheryl's writing because she's got a really super long post here. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. That's what you told us this morning. I know. I can't believe that somebody knew what you were talking about. Thank you, Cheryl. So I'm going to cut 3 7/8. And one thing, did you guys notice this barber chair? I know. I love it. That's a long way for somebody to know. Isn't that cool, though? Again, when I come down at an angle, we'll be losing some. So I'm going to just turn it so it's upside down to me and cut my 3 7/8. So I want to leave him up in the corner as much as possible. And I will use my cutter again. Yeah, sometimes it's weird that people know. No, just no. Okay, good fit. I'm going to put it back behind my pocket, and it's going to be a little bit harder to see my line, right? Oh, yep, we were stuck down there. Okay. I am going to push it all the way to the bottom because we'll adjust it if needed. And again, I'm just going to put a line on this top and bottom because it's going to be pretty hard to see anyway. But I know I'm starting up in my corner. Just get the basics of your pocket in there. There it is. It's pretty hard to see, especially on camera. Hi, Trisha. Oh, thank you for that video. I did watch the whole thing this morning. Very interesting. Oh, you're not going to see those pencil marks, but we're going to check our fits. The main thing is, I know this is going to hang down a little because I stuffed it in the pocket. I just want to keep my angle. So I'm going to adjust this. But again, don't cut that angle again because it's already perfect for the pocket. And I don't want to ruin that fit. So always adjust from your straight edge. That would mean straight edge or straight edge if you need it to be shorter or whatever you're looking to do with it. Okay, and I'm using the same coffee ink. I just love the coffee from Ranger. It's the archival, so it is permanent. Oh, well, that was that one was an old one, but Wilbur hasn't changed, Tricia. He's the same silly boy all the time, even that where he's going to be 4. Can't believe he's going to be 4 this year. You know, it was just luck I found him. From the lady who had the puppy. She's not a breeder. She just wanted a litter of pups. He's just lucky. And now I can't find any because he needs a sister. My husband doesn't think so, but he needs a sister. Okay. Now, to mat the page, you just need to measure into the lowest. And I don't like to go all the way to the bottom. It uses a lot of paper. So I'm just going to cut mine at 4 inches. That's far enough into the pocket. And if you do like to go all the way, that's okay too. I'm going to use the back side. So I'll just cut a 4-inch strip by 7 7/8. Well, Sheila, did you see where some of them are and how much some of them cost? Oh my gosh. And you know what? You got to be careful, they say on, because you don't know if they're real or not. So I will check again though today, because after we talked, I would go get that boy, but he doesn't get along with other boys. We had another boy right here in Hooper, where I live, available. The family's having a baby, so the beagle needed a new home. I don't get it, but it's okay. That's their choice. But he won't get along with the boy. There is no way. Oh, I love it. I love it. I just love the tweed, the barbershop. Great pictures. I know when my husband used to go with my dad. Oh, I think we already inked this, didn't we? Got excited talking about puppies. Yeah, you got to watch puppy mills because you get puppies that aren't healthy. Oh, you need to tell me when you see these things. How old was she? Now, he's a stinker. Wilbur was raised with girls, and I think it's part of why he doesn't get along with boy dogs. He has a boy cousin, Bo. He's a lab, one of those doodles. And no, it's a boy. He's not happy with that. Okay, you can put a mat in here, or you can just use it for loose pictures. I did do a mat on the original, and I used the G45, which are now back in stock. Oh, our Humane Society doesn't have any. These are back in stock on the website. I love the fatter ones. These are the fatter ones. And I use those in the pockets to do a mat. So I'll use those in here too. They're so fun to use with the dies. So that is how easy it is. Don't be afraid of these angle pockets. And we're going to do the same thing like this, straightforward. Let me just give you a little walk through here. Just choose your paper, put your ribbon down first. And I just did the straight squares matting. Just do your measuring and cut 1/8 of an inch shorter and 1/8 of an inch in the width. Now let's go ahead and do the matting here to show you. That might throw you off, especially if you're new. Let's go ahead. I'm going to grab the fishing paper, and along with the fishing and the coordinating cardstock is, you know what? Excuse me just a moment. Okay, you know when a family member calls and you don't hear from them in a while, you got to answer. Sorry, because it's kind of like, okay, but everything's great. I'm going to use the fishing paper along with the boxwood green that's in the coordinating because I just love it together. And I want to go ahead and I'll take the little mat out so you guys can see. So let's measure our pocket. And our finished size came out to be 4.5, and it is 3.5. So 3.5 this way, 4.5 that way. And you want its directional paper. So our 4.5 is going to be the wide, and I'm going to cut it at 4 3/8. And 3 3/8. I love the face on Dad, or Grandpa, or Uncle. But you know what? I think I really do want a little bit more background. So I'm going to cut a green piece. I want a little more solid. So I'm going to cut this again at 4 3/8 by 3 3/8, and I'll cut down the pattern piece. So we have a nice border. Has anybody been working on their album? Now see, of course, that's too big. So we're going to take, I'm going to take a little over 1/8 of an inch from each side. I love the blue. It's such a Caribbean summer blue. There we go. Look at the green. And oh, you were all morning? Awesome. Yeah, being in the decorating stage is fun. So let me give you a little heads up. I'll be going to change our schedule a little bit because for summer, I'm going to be just going live twice a week or twice a month, maybe a little bit more. But Bonnie and I are going to coordinate back and forth for summer. See how that coffee really darkened that edge? I love it because it's going to be super nice contrast. Actually, you can see some fishing lines that are all tangled. And so that contrast on the green really goes with that. We are, so we're going to coordinate. You'll have a live every week, but we are going to coordinate just through June and July for the summer months to not only bring you some little different projects, because mine are different than Bonnie's, of course, and then we will, but you'll still have a weekly tutorial. And I'll post that schedule. Hi, Pamela. I know. I just want to craft all day too. And that's one reason we're going to be sharing weeks here. I need to get some new projects out there. I feel like, and the designers are just doing such amazing things. I just want to create with them. But I need to get some projects done for some upcoming classes, retreats, you know, fun things like that. Oh, I love Bonnie. I love Bonnie. I love, you know, I love all of our designers. I just feel we're so fortunate. They give so much of their time and energy to us, and they do such great jobs. Now, like I mentioned before, you've got this little area here, you've got this little area. Really hard to, unless you put this on top of the paper, which we, could have done, but I didn't want to. And I want to bring this green in because I absolutely love it. And so this we already cut to fit the pocket. So it's a pretty close fit, right? All we need to do is have our length. And I'm going to go down into my pocket 3 inches. And I'm going to just take the piece that we've already cut at 3 inches. Pockets are a little tight usually, so I'm going to take just a little bit off the edge. A little bit more because the blade, I didn't push hard enough. Then I'll have the green here. Put it in straight. Yeah, just a hair, you know. Hairs can be pretty thin. You don't want to take off too much. Get my look straight. That is the trick here. It's just making sure you put the matting in straight before the glue dries. It's warm. It dries super fast. Oh, right there. So that's going to be a good place for an embellishment. Oh, it's okay. Over here, we're going to have the fish. So just measure, give a measure from the pocket to the edge. Mine comes out to be 3 3/8. And your page is 5 1/2. I want this little guy in the bottom. So I'll cut it at 5 3/8. By 3 1/4. I should have waited to put that down because now I can see it's crooked. But that's okay. Embellishments. Oh, okay. Oh, have a great rest of your day, Tomalee. And thanks for popping in. Yeah, so if you're doing this part or you haven't done it yet, don't put this in the pocket till here. I got mine crooked and I knew it once I put it in, but I couldn't do anything about it. So that's okay. I'll do some covering up later. Oh, I know that big bass right there. Love him. And then you can go ahead and mat your little card that's going to go in. Again, that's a great place if you're going to do like a gift card. Pop in the pocket. And so I'll continue on with the green for the back side. Oh, bye, Sandy. I'm glad you got a chance for lunch, though. Again, just measure and then take 1/8 of an inch off. Your pocket might be a little different. I mean, you're flat because depending on the pocket. It's hot here today. The dogs are just down here with me because it's so cool. So that you can see, you just kind of piece in these parts, and the rest is pretty straightforward. But let's do this guy. And I wanted to use this with the dog sticking out of the pocket. My Wilbur, yep. And I don't know if this is going to work that great with the way the graphics are. So let me get this other piece. And my papers have gone everywhere because I dropped them before I started the live. But I think I am going to go ahead with the green. I'm going to do this pocket in green because then we can do a lot of embellishments with it. But, you know, sometimes when we cut the paper, we get a really nice surprise. Well, hello. How's it? I bet it's humid down there in Georgia right now. Again, I want you to measure from the highest point. Mine's 4 1/2. So we know we want to cut a piece that's 4 3/8. In our cutter and find out what happens here. I think we can make this work. I'm going to take 1/4 of an inch off the bottom. Now let me see where the 4 3/8. Again, don't take a lot off until you turn around and keep testing it to see if it's going to work with the size that you're wanting. So 4 3/8. Now that works. And I have some fabulous pictures when my husband came home for his mid-tour from Korea that my friend had taken, and she gave those to me. So they're going in this pocket. We surprised the kids with him coming home, and she took some great shots. And this is going to be the pocket that they'll go in. So you can see it's a great fit, but we're going to put it down into our pocket again because we want to draw that angle. Okay, I will lose a little bit of their hats. So there's my center. I don't need to draw all the way up because I know I need to go corner to corner. So just trace your pocket. So I'm going to put the corner in the track, and then I'm going to hold it till I get my marking of the center of my pocket right into the track, or what looks to be, or you can cut this with a knife if it makes you nervous. Okay. Corner in the track, and we're going to repeat. Might need to do some trimming. And on this one I do. So I'm going to do it by hand because it's not much. You can see my pencil mark. So I'm pretty happy with the angle, but it's too long now at the bottom. I'll remove 1/8 of an inch. And my angle is way off, to be honest with you. So we're going to try that one more time. And in fact, we're going to try it without. I really like that. There's no need to waste it, but I think it's going to be a lot simpler. Hold on. Oh, another thing, if you have not put this down, then you might want to mat this before you put your pocket on, if you find that you're having just too many issues. So I'll go more with the solid. Let's try this one more time, and then we will actually do some fussy cutting or use one of the cut aparts. So this time I'm just going to draw the line. instead of trusting myself. It's just really hard to see. Oh, hi, Marguerite. Thank you. So we're just going to do some good old-fashioned hand cut. I should have just hand cut the other one. Okay. Let's get the book straight. So that'll work. I would go ahead and mat this before you put it in the book next time. Or if you haven't gotten there this time, before you put it in the book. The wonderful thing is we've got a cut apart that also matches. I can use this one or I can use this one. So there's two on this collection that match. And then I also, as I showed in the beginning, have the paper clip that was created. Again, if you scroll up, I have the designer who created, isn't this jewelry just gorgeous? They create, and it's in such fabulous quality. But you won't find these that match the paper yet. Like I'm hoping we can eventually offer them that way. Pretty cute, huh? Okay, now the inside, again, I just want to measure down to the smallest part, which is 4 inches. And I just put that link up there for you one more time. And I'm going to cut, so hopefully I can have Wilbur now up there in the corner. And 7 7/8. Now, the nice thing too, if I want more of him sticking out, take a little bit more off. Oh, awesome. You know what? It is. I love an album for those times when you really need to just get something done and you don't want it to look, just simple. You want some flaps and different things. So see, I still need to fine tune this, but that gives you an idea of what our pocket there will look like because it's meant to look like an envelope. And then again, oh, these two go here. That one's one of the just square, straightforward matting. So I will fix this better off camera. And I need to move my lighting. My lighting here is not good. And again, I used the square graphic 45 tags. And then I just went through with my scrap papers for the pocket and cut apart so you can decorate, because I'm pretty sure that decoration is there due to a little boo-boo. One thing that I found I was having trouble with this masculine collection is I want to add flowers. Flowers just don't really go with dogs in the foxhole, or dogs with the letters. But I thought, how cute would that be? Because the letters that are sitting here with Wilbur, I do have some Well, I have quite a few that I can put in the pocket along with the pictures of the boys and their dad. Okay, so I will work on this one off camera, and as Sally would say, yes, your lighting is terrible. So that again is very straightforward. So that's why we're not matting absolutely everything on camera, because you guys are superstars and you already know what you're doing. Again, just went through, and I'll go through again, using a combination of the white cardstock, just artisan white, and I'll use some of the paper collection. But remember, I talked about wanting to use the belt from here as my closure. So let's go ahead and do that matting. And I'm going to have to cut our little man in half here. Cut his head off and some of the belt will fall. That's good enough. It will be double matted. And 2 inches. So I need this. I'm not worried about the size at all, because see, it's just going to go down the center. Well, I need to change my blade. It'll go down the center. So you can either mat it with the same blue. It's got to be whiter. That way, if you want it to look like it's still on that paper, that'll be really cool. Because the back side here, you know, I'm going to use my big cutter. And I've got blades. I just don't have them handy to change real quick. So I'm going to cut this off. Should be 6.5. Yep, 6.5 by 1 7/8. So 6 3/8 will be your width. Your length. Sorry. You know what? I had to get a new dolly cutter. Mine actually, my other one broke, but it's really old. And I'm not crazy about their new 550. It is different. It is different, just to forewarn you guys. It has some different markings and things on it that I'm not sure about yet. But I know it's just a learning curve. So I did cut this. I cut it the exact same length. You could even wrap it if you wanted to give us that look of the belt. And if you purchased, or you have, hi Beth, if you have these from our Gingham Foundry, or from my mind's eye, I have the kind of gold colors that I'm going to actually put on here. I thought that was kind of cool. My old dolly. Oh, I know. My old dolly. I've had it, what, 7, 8 years. You never buy a blade, but oh my gosh, the mechanism popped off. Actually, Rick's got it in the garage, and I can see the lines just fine. Some of us that have elderly eyes might need to wear their glasses, Miss Sally. I love how the ink just soaks into that side of the paper. Okay, I'm going to mat this. Pencil away. Well, from now on, that's going to be your dolly when you use here on your table, okay? You can have the new one. I'll take my old one. And yes, I can see it just fine. All right, let's center this. You know, I also have to go up and see what's going on with my vacuum. Why it seems to want to start now. It's because you cast a spell on my eyes and made it so I could see. And on the closure it goes. Doesn't that look cool for a closure? I really like it. And we're going to do the cover. That's true. Sally does not measure when she's crafting. I've seen it firsthand. She just cuts it. You know, it does have a mind of its own. It started running the other night at 11, and I'm sure it's because you put a spell on it. Oh. Okay, that will be my closure, and then you can go through and decide what you want for your cover, which I think that will look really cute, even though that's on our cover. And even though we've cut his head off, again, cute card, a fussy cut. And don't forget, this comes in 8x8 also. So that is, like I said, just the difficult parts that some of you may have if you're new. And then also for your top part, if you want to put in a mat, just go ahead and measure. Remember, your page is 8 inches long, so I would make it like 7.5, and it's 5.5 wide. So 7.5 by 8. And then again, for this back part, actually that was going to be the cover of this album, and I couldn't waste it, and I changed my mind. Again, the graphic 45 tags. So one package of tags if you're wanting to use it for your pocket. Now I also used the regular size, which are back in stock too. And I just put one on each side, one here, and then one over to the left, one to the right, and one to the left. Now I got to get her pictures in here from all her graduation, because she's like, are you done with the tutorial yet, Mima? So I can have my album. They call me Mima. So that is that. So let's do our cover, and I'm going to do this back first, okay? Because we need to do the back. And because I used the blue card there, I wanted to use this card here, but I cut his head off. So I'm not going to, it might look kind of weird with the man's head cut off. So I'll just use the back side. We'll keep it kind of simple. You never see the back anyway. But I am going to go ahead and double mat it with the cranberry still. The cranberry zine. Still have some pieces left. The coordinating. So our cover, I'm not going to, see this is like, this is triple mat. But we're just going to double mat the back with the cranberry zine so it matches. 8.5 by 6. So I'll cut this at 8 3/8 by 5 7/8. There we go. Then I'm going to go ahead and cut this at 8 1/4 by 5 3/4. I guess I better get used to that one though, this new toy. And that way we still have the cranberry kind of going with the whole thing. That's where I cut his head off. Well, it doesn't. Well, it does just start on its own. Hi, Jan. It's supposed to start on its own. But why it's choosing these times to start on its own is beyond me. but I have to have it. I love the Roomba, especially with pets. All right, let's just put this on the back. I don't, you know what, with my colors, these do come off. A lot of times I don't even worry about them or take them off. You do, I know you do have that discoloration. I've asked them if they could not put them on, but they can't. So, no worries. We just use it for the back side. Next time you visit, Sally, I don't know if you will visit, but the next time you visit, I'm going to make sure the Roomba goes off at all kinds of weird times, right? Hi, Chris. Oh, I know. I can't live without it either because we don't have carpeting and we have dogs. So, yes. Well, even kids, grandkids. And I love how easy the covers are to work on. So there's my back. Nice little place if you want to cut out a cut apart, you know, maybe road trip or just cruising, or if it's for your hubby, my true love, or your significant other, you can add that on there. Or you can just leave it blank. Okay, the front. So I went ahead and did a couple of things to kind of prepare for this. This isn't stuck there. I chose my cut apart. This isn't stuck on there either. I chose the cut apart since it's for Father's Day, and I did pre-wrap just like we do our album covers at 3 3/4 by 4 1/4 piece of chipboard to kind of give it some dimension here. And we're going to lift it up with foam dots. That way, I didn't want the album cover that was quite so flat. And I used, again, the G45. This comes with the dies that are, oh gosh, it's the regular tag, right? And this will cut out these gears, and I've kind of pulled mine apart. It cuts these. No, this one probably came from here. So there's no real background stuff when you pull it off. And you can actually pull these apart, which I've done. I did some pulling apart of them. So this is your graphic 45, the medium tag size. It does really a nice job too. Really like it. So I did cut some of those. I had made a rosette, but I don't think I'm going to use it. It came out too big. And I just want to show you another thing that I did. If you guys remember way back when, and where's the policy envelopes from Graphic 45? They don't make them anymore. And I had some because we had a bunch. They were great giveaways. And I cut out, let me show you. So these were on the front. They look like this. And there was a couple of different sizes. I cut these off because I loved just these little tickets. And we're going to kind of grungy those up a little bit. See if we want to use them. This was from your cut apart sheets. And what I did is I had cut it in half. There is a gentleman on the other side because I want to use that. And I did cut out one of the barber poles from our barber pole paper. And then I just had this piece of paper. And it just really, I thought it would look great to kind of bring in some of the brown. So these are kind of some of the things that I chose to work with. like I said, it was hard because I want flowers, but this is a gem, for guys. Well, thank you. Yeah, it's kind of hard to incorporate the flowers. Oh, and then also don't forget, we have the True Grit, and it was the glass glitter made to go with this collection. So it's very manly, and I do want to put that along the bumper grill. So I'll do that with you too with the glass glitter. Absolutely love our glass glitter. And you'll be seeing the video soon. It's a reel we did with the new Graphic 45 Halloween paper and the mix of German glass glitter we did. The one thing with this glass glitter, it's not plastic. It is true. It is ground up wine bottles. The description. It's so cool. But when the girls were using it, they thought it was so pretty and just wanted to leave it laying around. I'm like, no, it's glass. So it sparkles. Sally was right. Okay. I used to think she was crazy. Glitter was glitter. No, this sparkles like no other. Wait till you see it on the grill. And I'm going to put this down, and we're going to do the glitter next, actually. And I'll give you some measurements here, but I'll be honest with you. This was just left over, and it's a 1-inch piece of the brown cars, and I cut it the same size that we did the inside mat, and then I did the same thing with the paper that was left over from our matting back to right here, and I just made it work. So using your scraps and just make it work. So let's go ahead, and I want to grab, I'm just going to use this piece of chipboard so I don't get it all over, and I'm just going to add my art glitter glue where I want the glitter. Now you're going to notice on the bumper, okay, you'll notice on the bumper there is some gold. Now art glitter glue is water soluble, so don't worry, my brush will come clean. Get some on the hubcap. The nice thing is it's going to dry clear. No. At the retreats, even in, I don't do like a lot of Halloween. We'll do some Halloween, Cheryl, and there'll be people that will get it. There'll be a choice because not everyone celebrates Halloween, and so I don't like to do that. But you will have a choice. I'm just going to use my little brush here. Got a lot of static. I'm telling you guys, do you see that? I can see it in the thing. Do you see that sparkle? Isn't that amazing? I mean, you could do the whole grill. Okay, I need you guys to tell me. Sally, can you see that? Yeah, I don't want to waste that. I'll put it back here in a little bit. Okay. I really can see. See that sparkle? It is. It's just like diamonds. It's amazing. And we did a blend that's going to match the Graphic 45 Halloween. But this one is called True Grit. It's the 1 ounce. And I'm telling you, this 1 ounce is going to last you probably the rest of our lives. Okay, it's all cleaned off. I love it. But it's going to give that oomph, you know. Okay, let's go and get our little pieces and parts all inked together and all ready. I just used a temporary while I was playing around so I didn't have to hem and haw on the camera. I'm probably going to still hem and haw because it's hard doing covers. And I am going to ink this because I want some definition. You know what? And well, you know what? And I think because the glass glitter, like I said, it is German glass glitter and it is ground up. It's from small business people basically, and they actually ground up these wine bottles and all this other glass to a really fine like that, and it's just, oh, it's amazing. I love it. I am now sold on it. I'm going to do a little more grunging here. I am sold on the gloss glitter because I don't use a lot. I think if I was, I don't know now if I can go back actually. It's like the art glitter glue. It's like the artisan cardstock. I don't think I could go back after seeing how glittery it is. I used it on the What's Cooking album. You know, I don't see my, oh, I used it on What's Cooking. Oh, I used it on the other one. Yeah, my daughter-in-law took it. But I used it on the mason jar lids, the silver. No, you can put this in a shaker. This will go in a shaker element. It sure can. It's amazing. Okay, let's just add our layers. Cut aparts are 3x4. So 3x4, 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. And then my chipboard was 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And I really like inking both edges because I'm seeing some definition that I really, really like. And we're going to go ahead and add this to this one. That I already did wrap. Because you guys know, you've seen how I wrap it identical to the cover, just leftover chipboard. I wrap it with the 1 inch all the way around. And then we're going to have a nice definition piece here. So let's go ahead and add, if you're going to use foam dots or foam tape. Now I'm setting them inside just a little bit in case I want to do any tucking under, which being a guy's album, again, I could use some leaves and things, I think, but it doesn't go. So I just want to put this 1/4 inch from that side matting, or you can put it wherever you like. This True Grit though is also, and it's my own mix. So the True Grit is also going to go with Halloween papers, but we have a special mix that was done to go with Graphic 45 and other Halloween papers. So I'm really excited. You guys are going to love it. So let's just do some laying out. You can see how that pops up a little bit. And again, just adding the barber pole. I kind of just picked out things that, you know, said Dad. So that's where I wanted that piece to go, the back side of one of our cut aparts. And you have quite a few to choose from. So you could even cut that in half or cut it in half this way. And this top part could be, it makes it look like you have a topper. These wonderful little things from Graphic 45, like I said, they were from the envelope. Just pop that inside there. Bring the remember out somewhat. I don't want to cover up the card too much. I don't think I need this one, so I'll just save that, or you can use it inside the album. Another couple of different things you can use is burlap. This is where you want to just go like Sally does, shopping in your own house. So that's kind of what I did. Okay, there we go. Just go shopping. I do love layering. A lot of times I forget about layering. Not that I forget about it. We get lazy, right? I need to see that a little bit more. Now, this is where the gears came into play. So again, these are really easy to take apart if you don't want it to be all one piece, which I didn't. All you have to do is snip. You can actually pull them too with your fingers. So this is a great little die. Then we have the little cog wheels that we can add. Leave the die out. This comes with the tag that is your medium tags. These were some others that I cut apart. Again, lots of, depending on what side you want to use. Just hang those over the edge there. There we go. I can't decide. Barber pole. Oh yeah, you can go to the, or, well, I don't know. Do library card, do they have old pockets and stuff anymore? Or you can just find some stuff that you want to print out. Okay, yes to the barber pole. Okay, I think so too. But I think that's enough. Like I said, I sat here playing last night and I even got out flowers. I wanted flowers. But I couldn't get flowers to work. I even had brown. I had the blue. I had all the different colored flowers. No, flowers wasn't going to do it. But if you wanted, again, we could bring in these fabulous clips. They're paper clips, and you definitely, well, you can purchase these right now. Again, I'll post her link. Not with my paper collections. Like I said, hopefully that is going to come. It's at the Pendant Cafe. You're going to see all the wonderful things she has. And so I won't put that in this one. So kind of get an idea of where you want things, because they're not going to go down the same, I can promise. So while my stuff is here, and I knew that's what I liked, and just kind of connect these. Oh, antique stores. Oh yeah, you can find so much in antique stores. See, now I've got it all in one piece. Because this is going to have to go down first. And I don't want to lose my placement. So we'll just get it pre-stuck somewhat. Your burlap will stick really well with our glitter glue. Yeah, I forget, the secondhand stores in your neighborhood, you're going to find some good stuff. I even old green stamp books, things like that. Now this would be fun too if you had an old pocket watch. Yes, toys. And I really didn't want that stuck down anyway. Kind of jag it up the edge, however you like. Yes. Now, when you go to the dollar store and you get those old toys and stuff, don't hesitate to take your hammer to them. Don't, take a hammer, take your distress inks, spray paints, at the dollar store, and then just beat them. Oh, yeah, you could do this cover with the fishing paper. Oh, and Cheryl, and then put down get some fishing gear stuff on the cover. Wouldn't that look amazing for our fishermen in the household? Yes. Let's just do a little tearing up of that a little bit more. of our Cog Wheels. Oh, that's a great idea. So Julie said to use the gas, the pump attendant guy. Oh yeah, wouldn't that be great? I should. So many fun things. Now I'm gonna use the back side. So that's the nice thing. You've got the two different sides. And I do want those just to hang over the edge. We've got that glass glitter down here. That is just, look at that. Oh my gosh, it's like the sunlight. Got a little bit on the wheels. And then, like I said, I have these. These are the gingham foundry. So, I don't know. I know we have still some of the gingham foundry. I'm not sure. I've got much left. Because the colors, I thought, just went really well. Kind of placed around here. So what I'm doing here is just adding some dimension. Dimension and color. I'll stick one in the center there and a small one there. Like I said, it was very difficult not to use flowers. Okay, so we've got a little bling there on the car, not too much because, dads. Then we've got father, a few things that just I wanted to bring in as a kind of as a collage with the pole. So you've got a lot of things to choose from. Maybe your guy is a fisherman, so you can choose those different things like that. And that is one mini album tutorial. And then I want to show you all together, just from that one tutorial, the different looks that you can accomplish with just using a different collection. I did choose to use all of our new ones. What's Cooking, Tea in Wonderland, and of course Retro Men, all available at Country Craft Creations. And I did show the 4th of July when we started. That will be available tomorrow for purchase. And you're going to love the 8x8 size. Scaled down for cards. Oh, look at that lab. Oh, just love him. Again, not just for the 4th of July, but Memorial Day, Labor Day, military pictures, anything that you want. And again, here we have masculine for all the men in your life, the different maybe phases or uncles who are businessmen, fisherman husband, military, anything that you want. So thank you guys for going through the tutorial with me for the last 3 weeks. I will get this one finished and do a full walkthrough. Love to see yours on Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations on Facebook. And I will do the drawing. It's going to take me probably 20 minutes before I can get everybody's name together. And I'll be giving away the Stars and Stripes paper clips. Aren't they adorable? And don't forget, please, 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 I'll post the link one more time. Go visit the Pendant Cafe on Etsy. I'll tell you, there's some Etsy they're small business people, but on Etsy. But I'll tell you what, these women are fabulous. They not only do quality work, but I mean, they're a true business, and I love to support those who give back so much. But you're going to love these. Wait till you get them, and I'll do the drawing, and I'll see you guys next week. Well, we'll get a new schedule on Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations between Bonnie and I. We'll be alternating our weeks. So we'll be sending out craftology boxes next week. So I think it'll be Bonnie, because I'm going to be kind of busy getting all those boxes out so that you guys can get started on Jennifer Palmer's Wait Till You See Her project. I know many of you have. Check me out on Instagram. I did do a reel showing her project. It's adorable. So bye, everybody, and have a fabulous weekend. And I'll announce the winner in just a little bit. Bye-bye.